It's super useful, but my immediate thought is that at what stage, where do we draw the line just with the ease of privacy invasion and everything about us being recorded at all moments?
Welcome to the Kingspiration Podcast. This is the place where you'll learn how to get unstuck and gain momentum in your life and business. Each week, we tackle the real aspects of entrepreneurship, personal development, relationships, and fitness. I'm your co-host, Ethan King, from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, entrepreneur, TEDx speaker, and best-selling author of Wealth Beyond Money.
And I'm your co-host, Justin King, no relation to Ethan, from Cape Town, South Africa, entrepreneur, speaker, and business growth strategist. Our journey crosses continents and cultures, sharing wisdom and experiences to propel you forward. Welcome to Kingspiration. Let's start the conversation.
So Justin, have you heard about the Plaud Note Pin, where it's a necklace you can wear and it records everything? It's kind of like you know how you have Otter and Fathom, how you can record your Zoom calls and the AI transcribes it and gives you a summary and action items. Well, imagine having that for just everyday life.
The Plaud Note Pin. The Plaud Note Pin.
Plaud Note Pin. Look that up. It's at plaud.ai. So now they're making wearables that can record just your everyday life, your everyday conversation. And I met a guy yesterday. They actually have another hardware device that can just stick on the back of your phone. It's like a little credit card size device. And whenever you press the button, it starts recording. So in real life, and then automatically in the cloud, AI gives you a transcription, gives you a summary, gives you action items for everyday day-to-day conversation. And there's a little bit of controversy around this because what about privacy and this hold up in court? And people are kind of pushing back against it. So I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's super useful, but my immediate thought is that at what stage, where do we draw the line just with the ease of privacy invasion and everything about us being recorded at all moments? It's funny that you bring this up because prior to us jumping on our recording, I was reading the Morning Brew newsletter. I looked at it very, very quickly, and there's some controversy around Ray-Ban smart glasses that were used by a couple of students. I don't know if you've seen that. A couple of students used these Ray-Ban smart glasses. They captured people around campus. They captured some people in a train station. They then basically built out the code that they used to take these images of individuals, check it into an algorithm online, use AI, and within a few moments, they had all these people's various social media links, the names of their families, their addresses, all scraped from every part of the internet, purely off the facial recognition that they had managed to capture just walking around campus and in the train station. So taking it off on a slightly different path, but very, very similar way, at what point do we start drawing the line? And with the way that AI voice recognition is going and that you can duplicate people's voices now to a scary extreme, if we're just walking around capturing people's voices and everything being recorded, what's to stop fictitious conversations, just like you've got fictitious images and videos flying around? What's to stop fictitious conversations then starting to make the round? So, man, super useful. Don't get me wrong. Like I was thinking about it, I wrote it down because I'm like, man, I'd love to get my hands on one of those for client meetings. But slippery slope.
Yeah, I'm bullish on it. You know, I think I'm going to pre-order one. Yeah. And I think someone was telling me that they make you can get like wristbands, bracelets that do the same thing. So there's going to be all these hardware devices. I think that it's going to be a normal part of everyone's everyday life, just like iPhones are in everyone's pockets. I mean, homeless people have smartphones, right? I think that I would say maybe 10 years, it'll be normal that you just assume every conversation you're having is being recorded and interpreted by AI somewhere. Yeah. I mean, just like now, when I walk around the city, I know that I'm on camera, but I'm on a bunch of cameras. You're just used to it. So I think that our concepts of privacy have already changed a lot compared to if you go back 20 years, if you go back 50 years, probably people would have never imagined that we would have the level of privacy that we have now, which is a lot lower than it was back then. Everything's connected. People share things willingly online. I could hear my grandparents probably say something like, "You're going to put all your business out there." Like, but it's normal now. It's convenient.
Yeah.
And I think I would more so lean into that. I actually think it'll help make the world a better place if people know that they're always being recorded. And I don't know. It can also have a dark side, right?
Yeah, keeping them honest and holding them accountable to that which they say. It's a fascinating one.
You remember that Black Mirror? I don't know if you watch Black Mirror on Netflix, but there was an episode. The title is "The Entire History of You." It was actually one of my favorite episodes. And are you familiar with Black Mirror?
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay, so they call it Black Mirror because it's kind of like the dark side of tech. So like this, it looks like kind of like a Black Mirror with your phone. And it's like the Twilight Zone, but it's set in the not too distant future. You don't really know how far in the future, but you can see this becoming plausible. Like every episode is entirely different. They're not really connected, but it's technology related. So in this episode, everyone has the capability. Everyone records everything to the cloud. So everything I see is wired to the cloud, and we all have unlimited video storage. So like those Ray-Ban glasses, but just built into your eyes. And so if someone says to you, "No, I didn't say that," you could just rewind and be like, "Yes, you did. See here."
Yeah.
So that sets the stage. But then it gets really, really dark when this guy confronts his wife about cheating, and that episode's you have to watch it. It goes really, really bad. Yeah. So it's like this technology is cool. The capability it gives you, because I could see that happening. I mean, think about how much video storage we all have now. Pretty much unlimited cloud storage. Things are getting faster. I could see us having that always on recording capability. I mean, we have it now with the AI, with the voice, with the wearables.
Yeah.
But the next step, I could see that happening with video. But then what is the dark side of that?
Different to that, taking this in a slightly different direction. Do you think there's going to be an opportunity, and is there going to be an industry in itself which is wearables to prevent to give you privacy? So wearables that block recordings, and basically the spyware that we have on our machines, but it becomes wearable so that it blocks your voice. And I don't know how it would work, but I'm sure it can. That might be something that's going to happen then as well. Somebody just wants to be let's call it in the dark. They don't want to be tracked. They want, so they get to wear. I don't know. It's a hard hat. Probably going to be a hard hat.
It's like Magneto's helmet in the X-Men that can keep people from reading his mind. Yeah, I could definitely see that being an industry. So it's going to be wild to see where this goes, because there's going to be so much pushback about this, but I think it's happening. I don't think you'll be able to stop it. I mean, it's already out there. I could do this with there are tons of phone apps that do it already. I could be recording you on my phone. I could just hit voice memos and be talking to you. You don't know I'm recording you.
Yeah.
So the capability is already out there, but just the wearable. I mean, at least if you look at the necklace, I mean, it's a little bit fashionable and it's right there. So I guess if you see it blinking or something, you know that you're being recorded. Just like with the Ray-Ban glasses, I used to have a couple pairs of those actually, but when you're recording, there's a little light on there. And so people can see. Now you could put a piece of tape over it or something if you wanted to be a creep. But I mean, I think it's cool to just let people know that they're being recorded.
Yeah.
It'll be, let's see, let's revisit this episode in 10 years and see.
Yeah. I think all in all, we have to embrace these things. To your point, you said you're bullish about it, but the reality is we've just got to embrace it. Our initial reactions can be mine, saying that's what's going to do with privacy and all of that. Kind of got to park that. Yes, that is a concern, but how is it going to benefit us? How can we lean into it? What does it mean for our business? Because it's the reality of the direction everything is going. So it's that's a good conversation for me, because that's a reminder for me that I need to take more of that approach. Be aware, but still take more of that approach.
Every new technology meets some opposition because people are very resistant to change.
Yeah.
When cars first came out, like the Model T with Ford, there were people who protested against it. People wanted to shut down the car industry because at the time everybody was either walking or riding horses. Well, once cars started hitting the streets, there were no pedestrian laws. No one knew there weren't crosswalks and things. So people were getting hit in the streets by cars, and people tried to shut it down. Oh, these are too dangerous. Blah, blah, blah. We need to get, they tried to cancel cars. Now, can you imagine? Obviously, that didn't work. We had to adapt. And now we have pedestrian laws. But if you go look at those old videos, like from the 1800s, people were just walking across the street and there were no lights or anything. Wow. So imagine a car just coming through there.
Fortunately, they weren't going too fast at that stage, but they must have hurt like hell.
Yeah.
That's a great point. Right. So embrace change. Embrace change.
Yeah, got to. I mean, it's inevitable. So you might as well lean into it and make the most of it and apply it to your life so that you can benefit from it instead of trying to resist it. That's a wrap for today's episode of Kingspiration. We hope this conversation sparked insights to ignite action in your life and business.
We're on this journey together, sharing our challenges and successes to help all of us take the next step towards building momentum and ultimately reaching our goals.
If you found value in today's episode, please share it with someone else who might benefit and leave us a 5-star review.
And remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on our weekly conversations. Until next time, keep rolling, keep growing, and keep being inspired.